due to Payara Port construction in Bangladesh. So it's a new port. We'll be constructing on the bank of the Ramnagar channel. It's nearby to the Bay of Bengal, and it is nearby to the Sundarban. So as it is a mega project, it will have a very large impact on the total system, and I think we have discussed it impacts on a 101. So I'm going to focus on the operating and medical and modeling tools on this part. Before going to discuss the tools and to see the different stages, which stages I'm going to use which tools. So before construction, I'm going to use this operating and monitoring tools, and after construction and during construction, I will use all the three tools to predict the impacts. So what is predicting tools I'm going to use? I'm going to use the modeling tools. What is modeling tools? Modeling tools is to predict some aspects of the environment which is going to happen. So for this project, I'll be using three predicting modeling tools: hydrodynamic modeling tools, heavy modeling tools, and agent-based modeling tools. So let's go to hydrodynamic modeling tools. What is hydrodynamic modeling tools? Hydrodynamic modeling tools is modeling tools which is used to predict the water dynamics. So before construction, I will use these tools to observe the present condition of the coastal hydrology morphology, and during construction, I will use these modeling tools to predict the dredging and pile damming impacts on the coastal hydrology and morphology and the total food web. And after construction and operation phase, I will use these modeling tools to predict the changes in erosion, accretion, sediment, transportation, current pattern, and wave quality. Heavy rate modeling tools. What is heavy rate modeling tools? This modeling tools is used to see the potential heavy rate for the ecosystem components. So before construction, I will use this modeling tools to see and identify the potential heavy rate of the aquatic and terrestrial species, including the Royal Bengal tiger, crocodile, turtle, dolphin, and other fish species. And during construction, I will use these modeling tools to see the changes of heavy rate of the aquatic and terrestrial species due to pollution, emission, and noise. And after construction in operation phase, I will use these modeling tools to predict the changes of heavy rate due to changes in environmental parameters, including salinity, temperature, and precipitation.
Oh, maybe push on the to the laptop. Oh, thank you, thank you.
No, we've got something here.
Oh.
Hold on. Just snooze it, right?
So now moving to the agent-based modeling. What is agent-based modeling? It's a tool for predict the interaction of the components. So this picture I borrowed from various slides.
It's still my favorite James Bond guy.
Before construction, I will use this model tools to the movement of the eggs, larvae, and sediment and pollutants. And during construction, I will use this model tools changes of behavior of marine mammals due to noise. And operational phase, I will use this model tools to see the movement of the oil particles due to oil pollution. Okay, after predicting the impacts, I'll see the mitigation phase. We can take different mitigation tools during the construction phase. We should use the appropriate instrument for pile driving and dredging. We can calculate the dredging slope and deviation from the shoreline to prevent the erosion. We can use the seal curtain to settle the sediment. We can use the suitable and covered vehicle. We can for erosion protection we can think the concept of building with nature. So we saw that in Netherlands to how they have controlled the erosion, coastal erosion, not harming the environment. So the PPA must have a sediment management plan. We can use the slaughter also. This is a new concept to dispose all the sludges and putting into in a place where all the sediments will be deposited. So this is a new concept. It is also done by the Dutch people, and we have seen it on the Netherlands field trip. And there should be planned drainage and sewage system, and we should avoid this pile driving raging activity during the breeding period of the marine mammals, because we know that Bangladesh had the very rare Ganges dolphin in that place, so we should consider on that. We should consider the nesting period of the sea turtle. Vegetation and mangrove restoration can be done as a mitigation to mitigate the impacts. We can use the dust curtain. We can do a dust management plan, how to manage all these dusters. We can encourage people to use the low sulfur fuel. Sound installation fences can be done like this, and low noise equipment can be used, and proper training should be there. Those people who will be using the tools, they must be properly trained so that they can use the tools for the construction, so that they can make less noise. So we can use the AMD acoustic mitigation device or acoustic fingers to move away all the marine mammals where this raging activity is going on. So that's all about that. During the construction phase, now we have the mitigation and the operation phase. At operation phase, what are the mitigating tools we can use? We have one MPA, we call it swath of no ground. We can have more MPA, or we can have compensation area. Because this port construction will have huge impact. To compensate those impacts, we can have a new compensation area, so that there we can produce these vegetation to compensate the vegetation damage they have done on the port place. We can designate the rail and road infrastructure to coming the vehicles to the port. We can encourage the Marco conference vessel to come to the port so that they can pollute less. Every vessel must have the ballast water system, and PSC must check the ballast water system, because Bangladesh is signatory of Ballast Water Convention, and we can do the DNA testing for invasive species, encourage area to be nicely mapped so that they don't disturb the current and river pattern, and retaining wall can be constructed to prevent the erosion. Tarpaulin can be used between the ship and the quay so that the bulk cargo doesn't fall to the water and don't pollute the water. Restrict fossil fuel burning, closed conveyor system and closed silos can be used. Shipping route must be designated so that they don't disturb the marine mammals. So now after this mitigation, now I come to the monitoring part. This picture I have borrowed from the Mary slides. So what are the modeling tools we have? We can have the data before construction. We can have the data from the bird watcher, tiger watcher. We can use different type of sensor. We can use fixed-point marine observation system like CTD, like connectivity, temperature, depth sensor. We can use the hydrophone to move over the aquatic species. You can use the citizen science, and we can use the help of the voluntary observing ships. Those who can give us data, and we can use some environmental parameter like this orchid. They show us some different environment where they can grow. So once we can see this, we can okay, the environment is good. So this is another modular tools. So modular tools during construction. What are the tools you can have? We can have this. We can install this CTD, conductivity, temperature, depth. We can use a drone. We can use even the satellite view from to see the erosion. We can install the air quality monitoring station. We can use a noise monitoring station, and even the Coast Guard can play a very important role to see to see the pollution. During the operation phase, what are the monitoring tools we'll see? We can use the visual taxonomy to see the plankton, the primary producer. We can use the hydrophone also, monitoring tools during the operation phase. And we can use the camera, light, citizen science. These are the monitoring tools, all the monitoring tools. Now, what are the risk assessment tools we're going to use? Risk assessment tools, we can use the threshold reference value. I think our has discussed it very nicely. So government should identify some threshold value that up to that you can pollute. After that you cannot pollute. Once you pollute, you have to stop the construction work. So that is the reference value. And we can use the seasonal restriction also. Like in Bangladesh, we have seasonal ban, October and November. We don't catch hilsa fish. So we can use this tool also. So what the time when the fish, these fishes like hilsa fish is growing up, we can stop working that time. So that is our seasonal restriction. And with that presentation, I finish my presentation. Thank you.